Okay, let's just dive right in. Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's Explainer. I am so excited you're hanging out with me today. Because guess what? We're going to explore a really wonderful story together. It's called The Harvest of Kindness. We'll learn a little bit about how things grow on a farm, but, more importantly, we're going to learn about a very special kind of magic. So go ahead, get cozy, open those eyes wide, and let's get ready for a pretty awesome adventure. So, have you ever planted a magical seed? Just take a second to think about that. You're probably picturing like a seed that grows into a giant beanstalk, reaching way up into the fluffy clouds, right? But today we're actually going to talk about a totally different kind of magic seed. It's not one that sparkles or glows in the dark or anything like that, but it is a seed that can literally change the entire world around you. It just makes people so happy. So let's start right at the very beginning of our story and meet the farm friends. Our story doesn't just have one hero. No way. It actually has four. We've got Mia, Leo, Sarah, and Ben. They are four best friends, and they're incredibly special because they work together as a super team. They absolutely love helping out at their little farm store. Literally every single day, they wake up bright and early, right when the sun is just starting to peek over the hills, and they're just ready to work hard and help feed their entire neighborhood. Every single morning, they head out to collect fresh food. But do you know where food actually comes from? I mean, it doesn't just magically appear in the grocery store aisles. Let's think about it. Apples. Where do they come from? Way up high in the branches of apple trees. What about carrots? Well, to get a carrot, Mia and Leo actually have to pull them straight out of the dark, rich ground. Next up, tomatoes. Those grow on long green vines that stretch all the way up toward the sun. And finally, eggs. Where do we get eggs? Yep, you guessed it, from the chickens clucking all around the farmyard. Sarah and Ben gently gather those up every single morning. So, after gathering all of that super delicious, healthy food, the crisp apples, those crunchy carrots, the juicy tomatoes, and the fresh eggs, they arrange everything so neatly on the wooden shelves of their little store. And the best part, they welcome every single customer with huge, big smiles. And why are smiles so important? Well, because a smile basically tells someone, hey, I am so happy to see you, and you are welcome here. It just makes the whole farm store such a warm and happy place to hang out. But then, one day, something kind of different happened. A worried grandmother arrived. Yeah, one afternoon, an older grandmother walked right up to the farm store, but she wasn't smiling. Actually, she looked really worried. See, she had a pretty big problem. She had absolutely no money to buy vegetables for her dinner. Her tummy was going to be completely empty, and she just didn't know how she was going to feed herself that night. I mean, just imagine how scary and sad that must feel, to look at all that delicious food but know you can't have any of it just because your pockets are completely empty. So I gotta ask you a really big question. If you were Mia, Leo, Sarah, or Ben, what would you do to help? Think about it. You've got shelves literally full of yummy, fresh food, and you have this worried, hungry grandma standing right in front of you. Would you just ask her to leave? Or would you find some way to make her smile? Take a big breath and just listen to what your heart tells you to do. Well, let's see exactly what our four amazing friends decided to do. This brings us to a really beautiful lesson. Kindness is free. The kids all just looked at each other, and instead of worrying, they broke out into big smiles. Mia stepped right up and said something truly beautiful. She said, "Don't worry, kindness is always free." Isn't that just a spectacular sentence? Kindness is always free. It basically means you don't need shiny coins or dollar bills to be a good person. You don't have to go out and buy some fancy toy to make someone's day. Being nice to someone, helping them when they're feeling sad or hungry, that doesn't cost a single penny. It comes straight from your heart. And they put that exact kindness into action right away. It was literally as easy as 1, 2. Step 1. They grabbed a giant woven basket and filled it right up to the very brim with fresh vegetables. They tossed in the bright orange carrots and those plump red tomatoes. Step 2. They handed that big, heavy basket to the grandmother, completely for free. No questions asked. They didn't want anything in return. They just wanted her to have a wonderful, healthy dinner. And oh my goodness, look at what happened next. The grandmother was so surprised, she thanked them with happy tears. Have you ever been so incredibly happy and so relieved that your eyes just kind of fill up with tears? Those are happy tears. She gave the kids this beautiful blessing, basically wishing them all the good things in the whole world, just because they had shown her such pure, sweet kindness when she really needed it the most.
But wait, hold on. The story doesn't end there. Remember when we talked about magical seeds at the very beginning? Yep, it's time for a beautiful surprise. Let's walk through this timeline of kindness together. Okay, so on day 1, the children gave the grandmother those free veggies. Then, a little time passed. Fast forward to week 2, the grandmother actually came back. And get this, she brought a gift, these tiny little flower seeds. Week 3 rolls around, and Mia, Leo, Sarah, and Ben are getting their hands all dirty in the soil, planting those little seeds all around their store. And then, by month 1, magic! Colorful flowers bloomed everywhere. Red, yellow, blue, and purple petals just stretching way up toward the sun, making the whole farm look like a giant, beautiful painting.
And because of all those bright, gorgeous flowers, something completely amazing happened. People started coming from all around just to visit the little farm store. I mean, the flowers were so pretty that families from totally different towns wanted to come see them. And when they came to check out the flowers, well, they ended up buying apples and carrots and tomatoes. The store became the happiest, busiest place in the entire neighborhood. And it was all because of those tiny little seeds.
This actually brings us to the most important part of our whole explainer today. Let's talk about the magic of sharing.
Let's take a good look at this big word, kindness. What does it actually really mean? Well, our definition here says that kindness is helping others and sharing, which makes the world a happier place. Simple, right? When Mia, Leo, Sarah, and Ben shared their food, they didn't just fill up the grandmother's tummy, they actually filled the whole world with a little bit more happiness.
Just look at this really wonderful trade that happened in our story. Right up top, we have the gift the children gave, fresh vegetables for dinner. It was such a simple, thoughtful thing to do. But look down at the bottom, at the gift they got in return. Beautiful flowers that made their farm famous. They didn't give the veggies expecting to get flowers in return. No way. They gave them just to be nice. But honestly, that's the wonderful secret about kindness.
The absolute biggest lesson that I want you to take away from our explainer today is this. When you help others, kindness always comes back to you. It's kind of like throwing a friendly boomerang. When you send goodness out into the world, it travels around, it touches other people's hearts, and eventually, in its own super special way, it finds its way right back to you, just like those colorful blooming flowers on the farm.
And so, as we wrap up our explainer today, I want to leave you with one really important question to think about. Who are you going to share your kindness with today? Are you going to share a toy with a friend, maybe help your parents clean up around the house, or, I don't know, draw a happy picture for someone who might be feeling a little sad? Always remember, kindness is free, and you have the power to plant those magical seeds of happiness literally everywhere you go. Thanks so much for learning with me today, everybody. Now go out there and be wonderfully, amazingly kind.